Hi, and welcome back to the 2025 Roller Derby World Cup hosted by the fearless Bruisers here in Innsbruck, Austria. This is game 22 on day 1 on the SISU Mouthguard track. This game is Indigenous Rising in black, playing Japan in white. I'm Comic Drop.
And I'm Dork Mistress. And so I will take you through the Indigenous Rising roster playing in black. So it is 1-0 Zawasha, and I apologize for any mispronunciations.
Sorry.
You go for it.
No, you go.
Zawashako Beneshi, Beast Mode, Speed Cat, 117, Beast Mode is 100, 120 Hawaiian Blaze, 1217 Dream Crusher, 13 T-Rexorcist, 1492 Mush It Real Good, 17 Velez, 198 Jez Grossen, 22 Skara to Death, 420 Ashtray, 47 Nikita, 57 Skates in Circles, 614 Karma, and 7 Smack Mamba.
And for Japan in white, we have 11 Run, 127 Nikki Cash, 140 Shaken Baby, 150 Amper Slam, 19 The Captain Sailor Boom, 1998 Badass Haru. 203 Miss Lamthropy, 238 Beasting, 24 Katniss Never Clean, 7 Slamurai, 775 Prim Reaper, 8 Mad Maxine, 86 Namazoom, 9066 Bento Boxer, and 911 Bionic Ninja.
And I'd like to apologize to Skater 10 from Indigenous Rising. It is Jawash Binashi. Apologies, I hope that is better. Thank you. So, these teams haven't competed against each other. Japan was in previous World Cups, so was Indigenous Rising. Japan have got 13 skaters who are not based in Japan, but 7 who are, so they haven't been able to skate together. Indigenous Rising have had a number of opportunities in the last 6 or more months. They were at No Borders tournament, they were at Yule Stars, so they've been able to play together, and so I think that's going to really sort of be an interesting dynamic to see.
You've stolen all my notes, now I've got nothing to say.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. But I'm really excited for this game too, because in 2018 both teams were really close in the rankings.
Yeah.
So Japan was 30th and Indigenous Rising 27th.
That is quite close.
So, but it's been 7 years.
And I think Japan have this new injection of skaters from other parts of the world who are going to bring in experience that they maybe haven't had, so could see a real uplift. Whereas Indigenous Rising have been able to really get to know each other. So I think this is going to be a fascinating game. And we are, that was the whistle to start, to warn us that the time to derby is almost here. And we have quite a packed audience. We have had full audiences in the tracks all day.
And even if it's very hot in here, even with the AC, they've been hotter and
So here we go on the jam line. It is Speed Cat for Indigenous Rising, but it is Speed Cat who picks up lead.
And Namazoom, yes, for Japan.
Yeah. Still stuck in the pack up front. Speed Cat now coming on a scoring pass. And it is a hard wall of Indigenous Rising up front in front of Namazoom. That's incredible defense, but that grind, that push from Namazoom that's inspiring.
It is really. Namazoom is out of initial pass.
Took the helmet cover off, and that was enough distraction, but Speed Cat also makes it through.
And Speed Cat is not calling yet.
Yeah. Indigenous Rising confident that they can put more on the scoreboard, even though this is now scoring pass for both teams.
Yeah, it's only the first jump. Maybe they are testing a little bit the defense, trying strategies, warming up.
Yeah. I mean, that's what all these entire games are about in this first day, but I think you're very right. This is quite a tentative start.
And it's a successful star pass. Shake and Bake is now jamming for Japan.
Yeah. And I think that star pass did force the call off. And that was definitely the win to Indigenous Rising, taking them to 12 points. Japan picking up the 4 that we expected. Smart move to play it long, because I think they did pick up 4 extra points. And it's so important at this stage, just on the psychological aspects of...
Yeah, the psychology, even, you know, very, very early in the game is really important. And also some teams, they want to try out things for a few jams and then define a strategy. So we'll see.
So it is Nikita on the jam line for Indigenous Rising, both jammers in the pack, and it's a hit out and recycle by Japan, taking Nikita back to the jam line.
I think it's Bento Boxer jamming for Japan.
That was a good chase.
That was confirmed by Sonic. Thank you, Sonic.
And it was Bionic Ninja with that sort of chase out to the front from Japan. But Nikita now on completes first scoring pass. Bento Boxer still on initial.
Well, you jinxed it.
I did. Announcer's Curse playing, and again the helmet cover coming off. Second jam in a row from Japan to use that as a distraction tactic.
We'll see if they're going to try for a lot of star passes. We've seen a few games where the star pass was really impactful. So it seemed there was a back block awarded to Japan. Number 24, Katniss Never Clean. First penalty in the SISU board penalty box.
And that is completing the scoring pass for Nikita.
And this is now a completed star pass for Japan, Nikki Cash with the helmet cover.
But again, we're seeing Indigenous play this jam long as Nikita makes it through for 4 more points. And the star pass was not complete.
Oh, so it was illegal.
Well, it wasn't complete. If it was illegal, there would be penalties.
That would be, yeah, sure.
Yeah. No penalties for an incomplete star pass. But I think that Japan will be quite glad that that jam has come to an end. But it's 12 points for Indigenous Rising, taking them to 24. So that's 24 points in 2 jams. But Japan still put 3 on in that last.
Yeah, and 4 in the first. So
yeah. So they're not letting Indigenous Rising have it all their own way. And we're underway again. Straight out for Indigenous Rising, it is Karma, Sailor Boom jamming for Japan. Sailor Boom having just a wall of 2 up front, and it is Velez working hard to keep back Sailor Boom. No luck. Karma's through for 4 points. Sailor Boom is approaching the pack for points. Oh, skates on the outside. They left a foot. Sailor Boom didn't need that.
Slamurai reporting the penalty box for a direction, no penalty, a pack penalty. Karma on her third scoring trip, while Sailor Boom scores 4 more points. The SISU board penalty box is now empty.
And just to let you know that I'm handing over to another member of our announcing crew, Shaolin Scarlet.
sorry. I've been a bit distracted. There's a lot of things going around right now. This is the end of Jam 3, and we've seen a lot of long jams, which is, as we were saying, maybe the two teams trying out some strategies and not, you know when you get lead, you never know if you're gonna get the next one.
Yes. Hi, Shaolin Scarlet here. I'm tagging in for Dork Mistress. Thank you very much. Hi, Comet.
Hi, Shaolin.
Yeah, Indigenous Rising have started this half with on a mission by the looks of things.
We have Mush It Real Good jamming for Indigenous Rising against Namazoom. Mush It Real Good, who's now out of the initial pack, and it's another lead for Indigenous Rising. 100% lead for now.
Great block out of the back of the pack here by Team Japan.
And a star pass, Nikki Cash is now jamming for Japan, forcing Indigenous Rising to call off early.
Fantastic.
38 to 17 points. And only 4 jams in almost 10 minutes.
Yeah, there's a lot of points already. I think this is quite a fast floor. We've seen a few previous games here. Some of the skaters are struggling, so it's good for the jammers, but it's making it quite tough for the blockers to really lock down and shut those points out.
Jam 5 has now started. Both jammers have left the WFTDI jam line. And it's the first jammer penalty, a forearm penalty, awarded to T-Rex assists. It's now a power jam for Japan.
Yes, and power jam for Bento Boxer, who is your lead jammer for Japan.
First lead for Japan. Let's see what Japan's strategy is now.
Yeah, Bento Boxer getting caught up in this whirlwind of Indigenous Rising. Japan coordinating an offense there, trying to create that gap for Bento, but Bento is still stuck there on the outside of turn 2, but eventually makes it out.
T-Rex assist is now back on track and right behind Bento Boxer. So,
whoa, T-Rex assist coming in hot at the end there.
And it's another penalty. It's a forearm penalty. It's going to be a power start for Japan.
Oh, that is not what Indigenous Rising wanted at this point in the game. They are at 38 points, Team Japan, with the 6 points in that last jam, and now up to 23. So it's a close game still.
Only 15 points, yes. And we've seen in previous games that jammer penalties could be very heavy.
Indeed. I think you could tell as well, T-Rex Assist was really trying to just get those last couple of points on the board in the dying seconds of that jam, but unfortunately did get assigned that forearm penalty.
Amperslam jamming for Japan, trying to get to the front of the pack. Very nice assist from Cash, Nikki Cash.
Wonderful. Yeah. Indigenous Rising were keeping a nice wall, but eventually got split apart by that Japanese wall too. And now in T-Rex assist, oh, out of the box. Just got hit out the front by Japan, but everyone went out of bounds, so came back in to try and get some more points on the board for Indigenous Rising.
And it seemed that Amperslam was about to call off the jam, but did not.
Yes, there's a lot of strategy with a lot of these teams thinking about that score differential, because all of that is very important to determine what games you're playing tomorrow.
Exactly, yes.
The ratio is very, very important. it's not just about the win or loss at this point in the tournament. Every single point counts.
This is the end of Jam 16. Yeah, 4 points for Indigenous Rising and 5 points for Team Japan. A lot of fighting.
Yeah. And as they should do, I think Indigenous Rising probably have had the most recent experience so far with games earlier this year, especially against Team Desi, I believe. But Japan haven't had many games at all. They find it tough to come together.
Yeah, they haven't been able to train together.
Yeah, to train or play together. So I think for Japan, they're going to fight for every single point they can get against Indigenous Rising here.
This is a lead for Speedy Cat.
Yeah, very living up to their name, that's for sure.
Speed Cat, yeah.
In the meantime, for Team Japan, Namazoom has taken their star off, and they're fighting 2 blockers of Indigenous Rising at the front, just about managing to make their way out of the pack there for their initial pass.
Well, there's a slight pack advantage for Japan right now. 2 blockers from Indigenous Rising are now sitting in the SISU board penalty box. So let's see what it does for Japan at the beginning of the next jam.
Yes, absolutely. Oh yeah, definitely. That definitely creates some extra gaps for Japan. They're going to want to take that opportunity to make it count, but Indigenous Rising have got some incredibly strong blockers on their team.
And very, very fast jammers too.
All right, we are on
Nikita against Bento Boxer on the WFTDI jam line, and as we suspected, Bento Boxer managed to take the advantage.
Yeah, this is a great opportunity for Japan. Oh, and a lovely gap just open right up for Bento Boxer, and Bento's like, yeah, I'll take that, thanks very much.
Nikita is now out of initials, so it's gonna be who's the fastest.
Oh, just muscled out at the front there by Hawaiian Belays. Lovely block at the front to prevent Bento Boxer from getting that last point. So 7 points on the board for Team Japan in that pass to 0. So within striking distance, 45 points for Indigenous Rising and 35 points for Team Japan.
And we've been signaled there's an official timeout that's been called.
That is a crash course timeout. Team time out. No, it's
an official timeout. Well, officials are a team also, so.
Some skaters would argue they're a team all of their own, but I probably won't get into that right now.
And we are going to tell you a little bit about Riddle skates.
Rydell skates, my fave.
Trusted by derby athletes around the globe, Rydell skates crafts the products, delivering the performance, durability, and precision that world-class competition demands. Skate fierce, skate Rydell.
You know what? Those Rydell wheels, I've been skating them a long time, and they are great. Well, I would highly recommend. And also, you can get some excellent embroidery on those skates too, so if you're that way inclined.
Fancy too.
We love being fancy in roller derby. And of course, I would like to give a shout out to Skate Good Club, another one of our amazing sponsors. Roller derby uniforms that work as hard as you do, with 4 different uniform options and 6 different lengths. Ooh. Skate Good Club guarantees everyone will feel comfortable on the track. Skate good, look good. Learn more at skategoodclub.com.
Who doesn't like a nice jersey?
So true. And there are so many great ones on display this weekend, I have to tell you.
Exactly.
All right, back to the action here. On that WFTDI jam line,
it's a power start for Team Japan.
Oh, so Nikita must have gone to that box in that end of that last jam. Not sure what that's for, but that is a second great opportunity for Japan here to get a few more points on the board. Oh, massive hit there by Smack Mamba.
Well, it's in the name. Beasting is trying to spread the pack thin at the front.
Oh, skates in circles and smack Mamba. Oh,
that was
fantastic blocking at the end there, just to really eke out those last few inches of the play. But meanwhile, Nikita's out of the box and is chasing Beasting down hard.
Trying to communicate with the bench on the perfect time to call off the jam. 4 points for Japan.
So, for Indigenous Rising with no points in that jam. So 45 points for Indigenous Rising still, and 39 for Japan. This is becoming a close game all of a sudden.
So actually it was no points in the last 2 jams for Indigenous Rising. Thank you, Sonic.
And this is a team timeout.
A crash course team timeout. Yeah, exactly.
Crash course helps busy roller derby athletes increase strength, endurance, and agility, conquer self-doubt, and create the habits of high performers to become all-stars and MVPs on the track and in life. Want to make 2-minute jams feel easy? Visit chrissycrash.com to download the free Off Skates Roller Derby training series. Hey, Comic, life is a contact sport. Win.
Yeah, well, it is true. It is true. You know, this is why I don't skate, because life is hard already.
Without making it a contact sport. It's true. But Chrissy Crash can help me make that easier, so.
well, it, you know, almost hyped me into skating again. So they're good, they're good. Timeout is now over.
Fantastic.
Half of the first period already. It's been so exciting.
Yeah, already. We've got a crowd of skaters having a little chin wag on that pivot line there.
We're back on WFTDI jam line. Who do we have?
Here on Jam 10, we have Karma for Indigenous Rising and Namazoom jamming for Japan.
And the pack is compact.
Yes.
It was really hard to say.
Yes, but Namazoom zooms their way out of the front of the pack to be your lead jammer for Japan.
Namazoom, who scored every jam they've been a jammer. So
fantastic. Oh, that's a great. No.
Maybe not every jam. Almost every jam.
Meanwhile, there has been a star pass. Scara to Death is now your jammer for Indigenous Rising and is scoring.
No, it's going to the penalty box.
Oh, goodness me.
It's now another power jam. Okay, so
Namazoom with an incredible call-off there in a squat because Team Japan have just overtaken Indigenous Rising. 12 massive points in that jam for Japan. So they now sit at 51 points to Indigenous Rising's 49. Oh, this is turning out to be a corker. So Scara to Death, I think is getting spoken to in the SISU Mouthguards box. Was sent to the box as a jammer. And Bento Boxer, I believe Bento Boxer has been the jammer for the last few power jams as well, and has been scoring. So this is another excellent opportunity for Japan.
Seems that the previous jam was too good, so they wanted to come back.
Fair enough. Grab a piece of that action. Shaken.
Boxer now fighting to the front of the pack. Oh, look at those blockers.
That tripod of Indigenous Rising is all hard. But Bento Boxer staying on their toe stops on that inside line. That is some excellent toe stop work.
Trying to get around on the outside.
Scara to Death is back in play out of the SISU Mouthguards penalty box and is jamming, trying to make their initial.
And now out of initial. So when, okay, Bento Boxer pulling off the jam now.
Fantastic. So,
and it's a lead change. It was already a lead change, but 55 for Team Japan and 49 for Indigenous Rising.
But nobody can rest on their laurels here.
Oh, no.
Team Japan, it's still, like, Indigenous Rising are still breathing down their necks in this. 6 points is absolutely nothing.
I guess they've had more jammer penalties.
Yes, Indigenous Rising have had quite a few penalties in this, and Team Japan have actually done a good job of making the most of that. So we've got Sailor Boom up for Team Japan and Mush It Real Good for Indigenous Rising. And Sailor Boom is your lead jammer for Japan. Mush It Real Good there, just tiptoeing their way around the inside line, using their own skaters as a shield to get their initial pass in.
And it's 5 leads in a row for Team Japan.
That is excellent, but saying that, Sailor Boom is stuck on an Indigenous Rising wall towards the back, whereas Mush It Real Good has already completed their first scoring pass, so...
Well, Skates in Circles, I think, is going to the SISU board penalty box for a pack penalty.
Oh yeah, and there's another, yeah, the SISU board box has a skater from each team in there hosting, keeping those seats warm. So both teams start with 3 blockers on the track. 7 points in that last jam for Indigenous Rising. So now they're within 2 points of Team Japan. Oof.
And it's a lead for Indigenous. So it was 5 or 5 jams. So yeah, first one in 6 jams.
Yeah, T-Rex assist. Finally grabbing that lead jammer status back for Indigenous Rising.
But Namazoom is,
one-footed skate through the back.
Not having it, not having it.
You know what? If you're going to crack out a skill like that, you may as well crack it out in the World Cup, eh?
You get lead, I get points.
My goodness, so wow, in this game, being a lead jammer does not guarantee you more points than the other team. Wow.
We've seen everything today, right?
Today has been, yeah, this is day 1, and there's already been so much going on all of the tracks.
And it's now a crash course team timeout for Team Japan.
Wow. I mean, yeah, I don't know what games you've watched today, Comic, but there's been so much going on, and I can't believe there's another 3 days to go, honestly.
Well, of course, you know, in the span of 7 years, it was hard to, you know anything in terms of
who the team, how strong the teams are and how they're going to match up.
Yeah.
Of course, a lot has happened in the last 7 years. Loads of new skaters coming in, loads of amazing new talent and strategies and all that kind of good stuff that we love. But I still feel like that hasn't prepared us for some of the amazing scores that have happened today. So make sure, if you're watching at home, stay on that stream, catch up on all of the games, because there is not a moment that you want to miss this weekend. We have 117 Speed Cat for Indigenous Rising. Amazing stats here. They have been lead both times that they've jammed, and I believe they are up in the next jam. So I'm sure Indigenous Rising are hoping that strategically Speed Cat is going to help them grab that lead back.
So either we jinx it,
or Speed Cat. Well, Bento Boxer, also a very, very strong jammer for Japan. Oh, look at that. And that is a lead jam number 3 for Speed Cat. Indigenous Rising trying to get themselves back in the driving seat of this game.
Bento Boxer trying for the inside.
Oh, and Speed Cat managing to...
And it's a cut for Bento Boxer.
Oh.
First power jam for Indigenous Rising, and it's 62 to 62.
Oh, wow.
We're gonna have probably another lead change.
A little hot bomb that turned 3-4 there for Speed Cat, and that takes Indigenous Rising into the lead. They are now sitting at 66 points to Team Japan 62. We've got a game on our hands, folks.
And that was actually the first jammer penalty for Japan.
Was it?
Yes.
Well, not the time they wanted it, I'll tell you that much.
Well, there's a first for everything, right?
Oh, wow. Speed Cat. It's another inside line again. Inside line on turn 4 here. Bit of a weak spot, it seems, for Japan, because Speed Cat has taken those points easily. Massive 16-point jam for Indigenous Rising.
Well, it's the highest scoring jam of this game for now.
Oof. Goodness, taking Indigenous Rising to 74 points. Japan on 62. All right, here we go. We've got Amperslam up for Japan.
And who's on the WFTDI jam line for Indigenous Rising?
We have Nikita up for Indigenous Rising.
Nikita, who has lead for Indigenous Rising.
Oh, Indigenous Rising. I think maybe taking it up a gear here after that massive jam in the previous jam by Speed Cat.
And it was a cut for Nikita on the outside.
Yes, I feel like if the stream camera was on, you'd see all of the announcers and producer just arms up in
Exactly,
X.
yes.
It was right there.
So it's another power jam for Japan.
Yep. For Amperslam, who I think...
Amperslam, who's still on initial.
Yes, still on their initial, so they're going to need to get out and try and get some points on the board at the very least.
Nikita is already back on track.
Back on track. Oh,
look.
Tripod of Doom at the back there by Japan.
We've got Miss Slamthropy.
Slamurai, I think. I can see Slamurai and Misanthropy. I mean, oof. Strong old wall there. Meanwhile, Nikita, I think, is still... Wait, that's Nikita who's stuck. And who we've got? Amperslam is also on a Tripod of Doom up at the front there. Both teams employing excellent defensive work.
Oh, yes.
Question is, who's going to do offense first? Ooh, there's a question.
Unfortunately, that was the end of the 2-minute jam.
But I'm sure both the jammers are
unfortunately for us. But
I think both the jammers are probably quite glad that that jam is over. But 4 more points on the board for Indigenous Rising. 78 points for them and 62 points for Japan. So, oof, that 16-point jam, you know what? There was only one jam, but that could have made all of the difference in this game.
and so the tendency is now. Oh, okay.
Oh, Nama zoom through the middle of that pack there. Lead jammer for Japan. They're having a great game as well, aren't they, at the minute?
Yeah, I was about to say it was a few 0-point jams for Japan. But, you know.
Then they pulled their socks up. No.
Didn't have time to say anything.
Karma is your jammer for Indigenous Rising as well. They're there, stuck a little bit, getting caught up in a Japanese wall there at the back. Namazoon's been rewound all the way to the back, and they're having to try and complete that pass. Oh, lovely hit there on Namazoon, but on the outside. Oh, but Namazoom recovers, makes it back on the track for their scoring pass. Meanwhile,
there's a star pass, Scara to death, jamming for Indigenous Rising. Again, the pack is trying to speed up.
But they didn't. Team Japan didn't quite get their back 2 points forward enough. So Indigenous Rising did score 2 points in that pass. Team Japan scored 4. Ooh-wee.
Only 3 little minutes to go on this first period.
Oh, it's gone by so fast. I mean,
and you can feel that both teams have been fighting for every point.
Yes.
80 to 66 is like so close.
And really, 88-66, that was that 16-point jam, you know?
Exactly.
Like, it wasn't, it's not a lot. There is not a lot in this game at all. They're very evenly matched.
Bento Boxer lead for Team Japan. And mush it real good. Still fighting.
Yeah.
Complete their initial pass.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a very, very nice move from Smok Mamba.
Mush it real good, has managed to pass the star to Scara to death on Indigenous Rising. So Indigenous Rising do have a jammer in play, but it gets called off before they can score any more points. So 8 points on the board in that last jam for Team Japan.
So 6 little points.
6 little points in between at the end of jam 17. 80 points for Indigenous Rising, 74 points for Team Japan. My goodness. Comic. I don't know if my heart can take it.
And so it was actually the 3rd star pass going to Scara to death.
Yeah, Scara to death does seem to be the pivot jammer of choice for Indigenous Rising here.
Exactly, and we know, how strong and powerful people who can block and jam and be able to get out with the star. Yeah,
that is a lot of stamina that you have to be able to do both jobs in one game, eh? We've got T-Rex assist up for Indigenous Rising against B Sting for Team Japan. I feel like this isn't a matchup we've seen recently.
It is not lead, it's...
Yeah, no
lead is still open.
No pass, no penalty, I believe. So T-Rex assist is out, but not lead jammer.
And it's a start. Nah, that was not completed. But
yes,
because B Sting removed their cover, it's going to be a 2-minute jam.
Also, I believe B Sting's been sent to the box for a cut
penalty, actually, yeah. So it's a power jam for Indigenous Rising.
Indeed. So 2-minute jam, whatever you want, however you want to cut it. Another opportunity for Indigenous Rising to build this lead going into the half, which I'm sure will provide them with a bit of respite here. Oh, some very deliberate, intentional toe stop edge work there by T-Rex assist.
And the SISU board penalty box is now empty.
Oh, that's nice, isn't it? Oh, you had to go and say it, didn't you, Comic? T-Rex assist.
A forearm penalty, only 13 seconds, from the end of this jam.
You know what I was saying? You just got to stay on the track.
Sorry, and B Sting is now out of initials, so has like 2-1.
But you know what? They didn't have the helmet cover on.
That was 1 point for Team Japan.
Okay, so wow. We are going into this half with Indigenous Rising, 92 points, and Team Japan has 75.
It seems there's an official review being called.
Oh, an official review?
Seems like it, but let's wait a little.
Oh, how exciting.
So Team Japan asked for an official review.
Well, while we're awaiting what's happening with this official review and the announcement of the official halftime score, what should we talk about?
Well, we can talk about the fact that we know nothing. We're both Jon Snows. because that game has been like a roller coaster.
Amazing, 92 points to 75. That is a close game. After 30 minutes, I think there's been so much back and forth, actually. I think Indigenous Rising, obviously a very, very strong team. They've got some really powerful jammers there, but Japan have been doing an amazing job at forcing some penalties and really making the most of those penalties. And, Japan's jammers are fast. There's some fast jammers on there. However, special mention to Speed Cut, though, of course. I think 100% lead. I think they got a lead the whole time.
Yeah.
And also the biggest jam of the half. So Speed Cut on their way for MVJ, if nothing else, right now.
So Team Japan is calling for a lack of cut call on Black Jammer, second to last pass. And the answer will be given at...
We're finding out.
At the end of the halftime. So,
at the end of the halftime. What a cliffhanger. What a cliffhanger. You just have to wait.
So you're stuck with us. We have to go into halftime and we'll tell you the result of this official review.
You gotta love a cliffhanger, don't you? You can't.
Yeah, it's like a telenovela.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You just have to be like, duh.
And then we can start with previously on
Indigenous Rising versus Japan. Indeed.
So go have a drink, because if it's the same as here at the venue, it's really hot.
It's hot. Stay hydrated.
Yeah, and we'll see you in about 12 something. Yeah, 12-ish minutes.
We'll see you in a while.
See you.
See you soon.
The S1 Lifer helmet is one size fits all for head sizes 20.5 to 23.5 inches. With our color-coded sizing liner system, you can be confident that you'll be able to create a perfect fit with the S1 Lifer helmet. Not all head sizes are the same, so size flexibility is crucial when you're looking to buy a helmet. Standard sizing liners do not affect how the helmet disperses impact energy. So no matter what size you are, whether you're an extra small or a 3XL, you can be confident that the S1 Lifer helmet will meet and or exceed current helmet safety standards. If you have a small head or you have a really big head, don't worry, we have a helmet that will fit you too. Check out our Mini Lifer or our Mega Lifer helmet, which are our smaller and bigger helmet shell options. Remember, a great fit is crucial for safety. The S1 Lifer helmet, a better fitting, safer helmet.
First rule of SISU is, wearing a mouth guard is cool. Say the word. SISU! Second rule of SISU is, use a thin mouth guard, not a big old gummy one. Say the word. SISU! Third rule, pick your SISU style. Fourth rule, talk, breathe, drink, easily. SISU, SISU, SISU! The final rule of SISU is, unlike others, you got up to 20 times to remove it. Who's got SISU? SISU!
They call it a sport, but we know better. It's a symphony of dedication, grit, and heart. Tuned to one another in a composition of chaos on a stage built for progress. Athlete-driven innovation from the first whistle to the final score. Every hit, every fall, every win, every loss, every team, every season, every body. We've got you covered.
When it comes to roller derby gear that is trusted worldwide, Spank Alley has been in the game since day one, and we're still leading the pack. Our armbands are the strongest, most trusted on the market, with 3 styles that stay put through every jam, hit and hustle. And guess what? Spank Alley jerseys are here. Ref, Pride and Team styles. Velcro friendly, high quality and custom made for every body type. Ready to level up? Hit us up on socials or head to spankalley.com to place your order. Because in roller derby, if you want to be the best, you better wear the best.
Hey, I'm Lily Gaskell. I rock the Lifer Visor helmet in standard sizing liners in size large. I've always worn S1 helmets up until really recently, and I've started rocking the visor now because I've hit my nose and you don't know what's going to happen until it happens. And so the innovation of the protection of the visor has just been, I'm never going back. I'm always going to rock a visor now.
Hey, we're back on the SISU Mouthguard track. It's day 1, game 22. It's been a really long day, right?
It's been a really long day, but what an incredible day. We are here to bring you Indigenous Rising versus Team Japan. It's the half-time. Currently Indigenous Rising are at 92 points and Team Japan are at 74.
And if you're just tuning in, it's been a really intense game with a lot of lead changes, so
Yeah, it's been a lot of lead changes, a lot of penalties on the jammers actually, and both teams have been able to put a lot of points on and make the most of the penalties of the opposition teams.
So actually there's been 17 penalties for Indigenous Rising, 13 for Japan.
Yes, but Indigenous Rising have suffered from 6 jammer penalties, which obviously is going to be very difficult for them. But only Japan have only had 3 jammer penalties, and they all actually only happened after Jam 14. So it'll be interesting to see how both of these teams clean those acts up in the second half.
Exactly, and there's been 8 leads for Indigenous Rising, 9 for Japan, which is kind
very
of
even, very even. And of course, only like 5 jams with 0 points and 4 jams with 0 points. 5 jams with 0 points for Indigenous Rising and 4 0 points for Japan.
So,
yes, so I want to give a great shout out to our amazing ref and NSO crew for today. We have CHNSO Liz, our head ref Kurt So Good, our NSO's Awkward Moment Barber Bureaucrat Charlie Chaperon, Frankenherter, Frankafrattura, Geonitter, Goosebumps, Jennifer Russell, Oyu, and Speedy Convalesce.
and for the referees, we've got Don Scorleone, Jack, Liz, Polly, Shrimp and Roll, Sui, Tatote, I'm not sure. I don't have the pronunciation.
Tatote, we love you.
And Tiny Tanium. Shout out to the NSOs and referees because it's been intense for us.
Yeah.
So,
It's going to be way more intense for them.
yeah.
Fantastic. Okay, now, previously on Indigenous Rising versus Japan, there was an official review on, whose official review? Was it Team Japan official reviewing Indigenous Rising?
Absolutely.
Yes. We don't know yet. Do we know what the outcome is?
Absolutely.
What's the reveal?
The referees decided that the Indigenous Rising skater didn't leave the track, so the no call stands. The official review is lost for Japan. But now it's period
It's
two.
a whole new half. A whole new half, which means a whole new official review.
Or
to
not,
glorify him.
because we've got very efficient officials. So I think right now they are giving the result of the official review to the teams.
Yep. And organising their teams appropriately. Even with that no call, I think that was on a second penalty because T-Rex Assist does start this half in the box for Indigenous Rising, which means that Japan do start this half with a power jam, which looks like Namazoom is up to take it.
Namazoom is past the WFTDI jam line and already trying to get to the front of the pack.
Yes, it's a very cloggy defensive wall here.
Skara.
Ashtray. Oh, shirt whip there.
And it's
off of Sprocket to you.
A lead for Namazoom.
Amazing. Meanwhile, Team Rex Assist is back out of the box for Indigenous Rising. They've taken the star off of their head, looking for that pivot pass. But I feel like that pivot is otherwise engaged because they're looking like they have gone into a defensive wall against Namazoom, who's been approached for Japan.
Katniss Neverclean going for the assist. We've seen Katniss assisting a lot during the first period.
But
And now the pack is spread across the track.
oh, and I think T-Rex Assist has been rewound all the way to the back of the pack by Nikki Cash. Oh, both jammers are stuck on some very tough defensive walls here.
T-Rex assists recycled again, as well as Namazoom.
Yeah, Namazoom all the way to the back. I think T-Rex Assist looks like they're still looking for that pivot, the helmet cover pass option. Oh, and Namazoom.
It's now a star pass completed.
That is Skara to death, who I think has been the only pivot to take the star for Indigenous Rising, but unfortunately Scarsteth goes to the box as your jammer. I think also that's probably Scarsteth's, I think, second or third as a jammer in the box. That's a tough gig, I'll tell you that much.
This is the end of the jam.
Oof, I think the pack just only completed one round of the track in that entire jam. That was how defensive both of these teams started.
And
this
you know,
half.
even at the beginning of first period, even with the lead, the jams were very long. So it seems that we're gonna have more long jams.
It's gonna be tough though when you're deep in the second half. That stamina for 2-minute jams is gonna run out really quick.
Especially because 0 points were scored in that first jam.
Oh, big hit out of the front by Velez of Indigenous Rising. However, they went out. So that means Bento Boxer is not your lead jammer because it's no pass, no penalty.
Yeah, lead jammer, but the last one was a no pass, no penalty.
Oh, sorry, yeah. So that is scoring pass, sorry.
Yeah. Scara to Death is now out of the box and out of initial. So Bento Boxer will go for the points. Oh, that was so nice of Scara to Death.
Japan did not see Scara to Death coming through there. So she managed to sneak her way through really fast and steal some points there for Indigenous Rising on that jam.
3 and 3. So it's another...
Yeah, like an even jam there. Yeah.
Oh my.
This is a close one, isn't it? All it's going to take really is like a jam penalty here, jam penalty there. It is going to be the thing that tips the balance, I feel.
Yeah, the exhaustion, the heat.
Absolutely. And Speed Cat
against
lead jammer.
Sailor Boom. I think Sailor Boom is the first time jamming to Sailor Boom. Or maybe... Okay. I'm mistaken. Sorry.
I think Sailor Boom hasn't jammed for a while, certainly since the start of that first half year, but Speed Cat has been lead jammer every time, I believe, and has been the highest scorer for Indigenous Rising and in the game, in fact. Look at Speed Cat go, hyping up the crowd. Give the people what they want. Oh, what a lovely bit of offense there.
That was wow.
By Jawashko Benishi, number 10 on Indigenous Rising. Open up that outside line for Speed Cat there. Yeah, Sailor Boom still trying to make that initial pass there.
No, there's been a star pass. Nikki Cash. We've seen Nikki Cash a lot with the star too.
Yeah, she's been doing a great job actually. She's a really strong skater.
Unfortunately, that was a forearm penalty.
Too strong, mate. Too strong.
It's now the first power jam of this period.
It started. Indigenous Rising were in the books.
That was a power start. Doesn't count. You know, it started in the first period.
What's a power start or a power jam between friends?
I know.
Speed Cat.
That was a friendly.
Finishes off this jam with another monster jam. 12 points for Speed Cat there, taking Indigenous Rising over the century mark. 107 points to Indigenous Rising, 83 points to Japan. It's looking a little bit more like Indigenous Rising are building a cushion for themselves in this game.
But we were talking about jammer penalties, and it's another jammer penalty for Japan, so they need to be careful.
They need to be very, very careful here. It's tough. I think it's tough when you're a pivot and you turn jammer. You just want to get out again. It's hard not to throw in a penalty. Okay, we have Nikita up for Indigenous Rising and is your lead jammer.
Nikki Cash is now out of the penalty box, being recycled to the back of the pack.
Oh, all the way back there. Oh, Scara scour to death with a lovely hit on Nikki Cash at the front, preventing Nikki from making that initial pass. Nikita's out for another 4 points. And Hawaiian Blaze, bridging the pack with Scour to death. Ooh.
But we've got Shake and Bake. I thought they were going for the star pass, but they're not. Nikki Cash.
They're like, no. Nikki's like, no. Let me take it. Let me do it.
So Nikki Cash managed to get out of initial.
But no points there for Team Japan. 6 points for Indigenous Rising, 113 versus Japan's 83. So that is a 30 points.
Exactly, I was doing the math too.
Maths is mathing. There's a lot of maths this weekend. Don't shock and cope. 30 point difference at this point in the half.
But again, there's still 22 more minutes to go.
Oh.
So that was the first no-point jam this half.
Oh, the first no-point jam this half. Okay.
And it's another lead for Indigenous Rising. Karma, we haven't seen jamming for a long time.
But Namazoon following right behind for Team Japan. Prim Reaper with a lovely hit at the back to prevent Karma from scoring all of the points, but Karma does manage to get 2.
So it's a different strategy from the first period. Remember when Indigenous Rising kept trying to score?
Trying to get more points on the board.
Now they're calling off.
I wonder whether, well, speculating completely, I wonder whether Indigenous Rising maybe just thought that they needed to just bank loads and loads of points, but as soon as Japan started getting those points back, you've got to maintain that ratio for that strength. And also, you just got to get the win. So now they're just like, you know what? Just get the points on the board and call it.
Yep.
Just, you can get 1 point, 2 point, but if the opposition team doesn't score any, that's a win every time.
Yep. And we now have Mush It Real Good against Bento Boxer. Bento Boxer lead for Team Japan. First lead in a few jams. So I think we haven't seen, everything that Japan has to offer.
Yeah, there's a Bento Box turns around and calls off the jam. I think there's been an injury. I think there's a few bodies going to the track. Obviously, we know that this is a full contact sport, so that makes it tough for a lot of skaters. But do you know what? Because it's a full contact sport, you do have to make sure you stay protected.
Absolutely.
Because you smash hard and you skate harder. SISU Mouthguards has your back and your teeth. SISU is the official mouthguard of the Roller Derby World Cup. Ultra thin, battle tested, and built for bold athletes who play loud and hit louder. Trusted by derby skaters worldwide, SISU is the official mouthguard of the Roller Derby World Cup.
And we can also talk about our sponsor, Double Thread Skates. Established in 2013, they are one of Europe's most trusted roller derby shops. Owned by Kitty from London Roller Derby. Every single one of us working in the shop plays roller derby, so we are cool.
They are really cool, can I just say? We're not just saying that because it's sponsoring.
You are biased. Look at her t-shirt,
You know what? I would trust Double Thread Skates with my life. I tell you, my life. You know who else? I would trust my life. S1 Lifer helmets. They have the best fits, the best protection, and they are made for roller derby. So get a lifer, be a lifer. S1 helmets and pads. They've been protecting roller derby since 2006. So visit s1helmets.com to get your selection of fabulous helmets.
Yeah, I've got one.
I've got one. I think I've got 3.
Oh, okay. I've got only one head, so I only have one.
I know, but there's a selection of glittery helmets.
I've got a glittery helmet. Who do you think I am?
Exactly.
Yeah, of course. And if you didn't have, any ideas for shopping, Soccer Punch Skate Shop, the biggest roller derby shop in Europe. Fast shipping, large stock, expert advice at the best price on soccerpunchskateshop.com.
Can I just say, sorry, Comic, were you talking about Visor? Is that Visor? Sorry, our producer, as we were talking about S1, just made this kind of movement. And I was like, what are you doing? like, oh, right, okay, yeah, because S1 do your visor helmets and they also do elbow pads. That's why. Just to remind you that S1 do all sorts of things.
Sonic, do you want to share an embarrassing story?
Hey, look.
Well,
you need a stream camera on Sonic, sorry, because it's great. It's like charades.
Your
it's
mime was like
derby charades going on over here.
And we're back on the WFTDI jam line with Amperslam for Japan and T-Rex Assist jamming for Indigenous Rising.
Yeah, T-Rex Assist has been having a lot of success, but also a lot of jam penalties, actually. So I think T-Rex Assist is going to have to just make sure they can stay strong, but keep safe, keep legal. Oh, but in that, Amperslam is your lead jammer for Japan. Managing to find a lovely gap on the front. Oh, a little slip on the outside line.
You know, we were talking about sponsors. Well, there's a broken axle, so...
Oh, goodness me. Yes, there is a broken axle on the track.
Is it beast mode? No. It's Jawashko Bineshi.
The jam is continuing for the moment, so Amperslam is out and around and scoring, but
Indigenous Rising is skating with one less blocker.
Yeah.
Well, actually, there's only one blocker at the moment
because the jammer's also got the Indigenous Rising jammer T-Rex Assist has also gone to the box. As I was saying earlier, T-Rex Assist a great strong jammer, but also very penalty heavy. So there's a lot going on in this jam comic.
It's a lot.
So, wow. Okay, so Indigenous Rising very unlucky here. They've had a jammer penalty. They've got two blockers in the box. They've got a blocker in the middle because an axle has broken, but the jam is continuing.
Oh, look at beast mode.
Oh, goodness me.
Unfortunately, that was a penalty.
Yeah, I think that might have been perhaps a pack distraction penalty because they were the only blocker for Indigenous Rising on the track. Yes. So that makes it really tough to keep in the pack when you're the only one. Wow.
And it gave Japan the opportunity to score the highest point count.
Yes,
of the game.
For them, yeah, the highest point score for Japan, 12 points on the board. Amperslam scoring that for Japan.
Only 20 points difference now.
Indeed, but then Indigenous Rising obviously sent out Speed Cat,
Yep.
And look at that, Speed Cat dashing around the track. Oh, lead jammer. Apex jump. Yes, please, and thank you.
And Beasting.
Oh, Ashtray with a massive
Beasting
hit there
on the floor. Ashtray going to the box for a illegal contact penalty.
There's a lot going on
here.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I think right at the very end of that jam, there was a huge hit on Beasting, and Indigenous Rising had another blocker sent to the box for it, I believe. It was just after the whistle, I think.
So there are now two blockers in the box for Indigenous Rising, and it gives Namazoom the opportunity to take the lead.
Zoom, zoom, zoom. They make my heart go boom, 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 right on the outside line and on 1 foot. Oh, not quite, not quite. I thought they were going to start that one out, you know.
Oh, but you know, if it doesn't go through the first time, then try another.
Inside, outside, take those points wherever you can.
And we've reached the 100 points threshold for Japan.
Yeah, wow. I think that was Nikita is jamming for Indigenous Rising, gets out for that initial, but that was a tough one. That was a tough initial pass for Nikita.
Namazoom calling off
from the floor here.
Floor, you know.
That was the shot in the arm that I think Japan needed. 10 points on the board. So now Team Japan have hit that century mark, 106 points, chasing down Indigenous Rising's 120. That was a really chaotic few jams there.
And there's half of a second period
A whole half,
to
oh my
go
gosh.
on. Yeah,
Yeah.
the whole half.
Another 15 minutes to go. Goodness me.
The SISU board penalty box is now empty. We've got Bento Boxer jamming for Japan.
Oh, that was a beautiful
And it's
shot,
a
Graham. Lead jammer for Bento Boxer.
But it seems there was a multiplayer penalty called on one of the Japanese blockers.
Yeah, Karma was your jammer for Indigenous Rising. Out for the initial, but Bento Boxer calls it off before Karma can hit the back of the pack. So another couple of points there on the board for Japan. Chipping away, chipping away.
2 points by 2 points.
Exactly. The pendulum is swinging back, just back into Japan's direction. But you know Indigenous Rising are not going to let that stay that way. And that is a Chrissy Crash team timeout.
Crash course.
Crash course.
Team timeout.
Chrissy Crash course, yeah.
Yep.
Is that chrissycrash.com?
Yeah, but
That's where it is.
it is fair. Did you know that Namazoom is the jammer who scored the most points for Japan in this game?
I did not, Comic. Tell me more.
Now you know.
Namazoom, that's really interesting, yeah, because I thought Bento Boxer was looking like they'd scored a lot of points, but Namazoom has had some really good bursts. I think they're the kind of jammer who, if you give them any kind of space, that speed carries them a long, long way. That momentum, you could see it right there. All they need to do is duck down or, skate on one foot, and Namazoom can carry that speed through. So actually, it's no surprise that they're the highest scoring jammer for Japan. All right. Now that Crash Course team timeout is over, both teams are lining up on the WFTDI jam line to start. That SISU board penalty box is starting empty, I think. Oh no, one person in the box. Couldn't see them.
And we have Mush It Real Good jamming for Indigenous Rising against Sailor Boom.
Sailor Boom for Japan. I think we were saying they were in quite a low rotation. I believe this is probably their fourth time jamming in this whole game. So
Fifth. Thank you, Sonic.
Sorry about that. Thanks. By the way, we have these wonderful producers that help us in the announcer stream that give us lovely stats.
Because we do love stats.
And Sonic is our wonderful producer for today. Thank you very much. Otherwise, I would be sat here just talking absolute rubbish to you. Well, more than I am already.
So you were asking about Bento Boxer. Bento Boxer has scored 33 points and Namazoom 38 for Japan.
So both
it's
high
close,
scorers.
Yeah. But stats don't lie.
Yeah, 71 between them. And Team Japan have got 108 on the board, so that is high percentage of those points. Okay, back to the track. Mush It Real Good is your lead jammer for Indigenous Rising, but they are being absolutely locked down here. Oh no, but it was a penalty. Unfortunately.
Mad Maxine is going to the box.
Mad Maxine was doing a really excellent job there, but got sent off.
Star pass to Nikki Cash. But as we said, secure the point, call off the jam.
Absolutely. And actually Japan now have two people in the SISU board penalty box. So this is a golden opportunity for Indigenous Rising to build that lead again.
And it's an official review that has been asked by Team Japan. So Sonic will tell us exactly what.
Go and find out what's going on.
Absolutely.
Well, in the meantime, come on, let me just tell you about Hellbow Skating. Hellbow Skating? They are European leader for roller derby team uniform jerseys and leggings. They're made in France, so you should know about them. Available at myrollerderby.com.
Well, I also know, another brand from France. It's My Roller Derby, the roller derby shop specialist in France, but also in Europe.
Ah, wonderful, wonderful. Tell you what, the French fans are out in force today.
I don't know what you mean.
I don't know if you've been watching at home. If you watched the France-Austria game earlier, that crowd was incredible. I mean, that was home team, obviously, advantage for Austria, but the French fans are all over it. They're very loud and they're very enthusiastic. So I'm excited to see France tomorrow as well.
Well, yeah, every day. But if you were at the parade yesterday, I was in a sea of French people. So feels like home.
Well, we are but that was just the conclusion of Jam 11 just there. There were 13 minutes left on the clock. Indigenous Rising have 124 points. Team Japan have 108. So still everything to play for here.
And so Team Japan asked for a cut track on Black Jammer in the first pass. The jammer never went out of bounds, so the no call stands. The official review is lost for Team Japan.
All right, I think we have T-Rex assist up for Indigenous Rising, up against Amperslam for Japan.
Mad Max. Oh no, it was not Mad Max. Sorry. Blah, blah, blah. It was Miss Slamtherapy getting out of the box for Team Japan.
And T-Rex assist is your lead jammer for Indigenous Rising. So Indigenous Rising, we're looking to put on some points with this advantage. Oh, and just a nice step over Slamurai there on the inside turn.
And that was a star pass for Team Japan.
Oh, yes. Great star pass just to force Indigenous Rising to call that off, but not before T-Rex has scored those 4 points. So now there's a 20-point differential, 128 points to Indigenous Rising and 108 to Japan.
Anything could still happen, right?
Oh, absolutely. There's 12 minutes on the clock. I mean, we've already seen Speakat did a 16-point jam earlier this game. So, 20 points could be nothing else. And here comes Speakat again. But lead jam again for Indigenous Rising.
Tiptoeing on the outside, but Namazoom, is right behind. So, the pack is speeding. Speedcat is calling off the jam from the floor.
Namazoom was hot on Speedcat's heels, I tell you that much. Wow, that was fast. So another lead jam status for Speedcat, but 2 points. Not as strong as some of the jams we've seen Speedcat do, but still consistent and reliable. Certainly Team Indigenous Rising's most successful jammer of the day.
Well, 100% lead is...
You can't say fairer than that, can you?
We've got Nikita for Indigenous Rising against Bento Boxer for Team Japan. Bento Boxer being recycled.
Yeah, and that pack is being stretched right out. Nikita's got only 2 players to beat, and she beats him, and is your lead jammer for Indigenous Rising.
But Bento Boxer is now out of initial, so...
Oh, lovely bit of offense there by Skara to Death, just to give Nikita a clear line through. Lovely awareness, lovely work there. So another 4 points on the board there for Indigenous Rising. They are creeping up that scoreboard, just making a little bit more of a cushion for themselves, trying to take it out of Team Japan's reach.
And earlier we were talking about Team Japan's jammer point count. Well, Speedcat has managed to score 49 points in this game for Indigenous Rising.
Wow, that is
impressive.
Very impressive, yeah. Goodness. Okay, we have Karma up for Indigenous Rising and Sailor Boom up for Japan. Both jammers stuck on a some tight defensive walls there. Oh, Karma manages to stay near the front. Yeah, Nikki Cash was trying to pull the cut, but in doing so, it wasn't a cut. So just weaken the wall slightly. That is the risk you take when you're going for that push out and a run back.
So the lead has been awarded to Indigenous Rising.
Yeah, but Karma did call it off straight away. So unsure if there was a strategic decision or perhaps Karma just felt that it was not happening on this jam. Perhaps sometimes that happens.
Yeah, when you get recycled.
Yeah, and you're just like, nope. So 0-0 point jam there. All right, we are going into jam 16 of this game. Ooh, lots of folks on the floor there.
Absolutely.
We've got a rewind all the way to the back.
And there's an illegal contact penalty that's been given to Mush It Real Good. It's not another power jam for Japan.
Oh, but Velez with a huge hit there to prevent the star from getting out the front of the pack from Japan. And this wall, Hawaiian Blaze and Smack Mamba doing an excellent job of stretching that wall out, but Beasting coming in as your lead jammer for Japan.
And I don't know if you can hear the audience, but the audience is cheering.
Got a bit of support there for the Japanese team. They're fighting hard for these points here.
Mush It Real Good out of the penalty box and out of initial pass.
Yeah, manages to find a bit of an inside line. Was it? I think there was that Scar to Death who just managed to do a little bit of a shield. That was wonderful. It didn't look like there was a gap there at all, but then it just appeared.
And it was 1 point for Team Japan.
I mean, every point counts at this stage, doesn't it? But it's still looking a little further out of Japan's reach, but we'll see what happens. Japan do start with a skater there in the SISU board penalty box.
That was the first point for Japan in 6 jams, so
gosh,
you never know.
Gosh, hard fought point that. Well, T-Rex assist, I think, for Indigenous Rising is going to try and make sure Team Japan do not get any more points. Your lead jammer for Indigenous Rising.
Namazun being recycled to the back of the pack.
Nikki Cash trying to hold T-Rex assist there at the front, but can't hold them for very long.
And you can feel how intense this game has been. There are a lot of people falling. I think people are getting tired also.
Oh gosh, yeah, the energy it's taking to maintain this level of intensity is tough. T-Rex assist, calls it off before Namazun can get any more points on the board. 7 points there for T-Rex assist. So that's 141 to Indigenous Rising and 109 to Japan.
Oh, and look who's on the WFTDI jam line for Indigenous Rising. It's Speedcat.
Yes, and I believe that is Bento Box as well for Japan.
Yep. So will Bento Box make the stats live?
Oh my goodness!
And that's a lead for Japan. Speedcat
has had that notch taken off of her. This one jam. No lead.
And Bento Box is calling off with 1 point for Japan.
Yeah, they had to. They kind of managed to score a little point, but it was on the outside of turn 2 here.
Yeah.
2 here, which means they couldn't quite recover before Speedcat. He was going to coming around that track like a bat out of hell, really. Oh, that's going to really annoy her, I bet.
But still, it's another point for Japan.
I know it's a point for Japan, but I bet Speedcat's going to be annoyed that they're not 100% lead.
Yeah, sorry.
Sorry about it.
We now have Nikita for Indigenous Rising jamming against Amp Slam for Team Japan.
Oh, yes, and Amperslam manages to ping pong around those Indigenous Rising blockers up at the front and is your lead jammer for Japan.
Second lead in a row.
Fantastic. Nikita, meanwhile, is being stuck on this wall at the back. Oh!
Sorry, that's a back block for Amperslam. 2-minute jam.
What a shame. What a shame. Nikita, fighting hard at the front of this wall. Prim Reaper. And in this game, Indigenous Rising have had 10 lead jammer statuses and Japan have had 9. Very, very evenly matched, these two. The points
in the second half,
in the second half, apologies.
Yeah.
So 10 lead for Black, 9 for Japan. But
Amperslam is now out of the SISU board penalty box, and it's time for Nikita, I think, for a cut track penalty to go to the box.
This SISU board penalty box is seeing a lot of action all of a sudden, isn't it?
Better safe than sorry.
Okay, Amperslam's going to want to try and get some of these points back. Oh, gets rewound all the way back. You can see it. The jammers are feeling tired. They're digging hard. They've been digging hard this entire game, having to keep working.
Nikita is back on the track.
Oh, and stuck on a tripod of doom at the back there. My goodness. Whoosh.
And so we've had, for now, a lead total 18-18 in the whole game. So very, very evenly balanced. Thank you, Sonic. Yes.
Here.
Official review.
Indigenous Rising.
Yeah.
Ooh, my goodness. Wow, yes, so evenly matched here, Comic.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not sure, I think I probably assumed that Indigenous Rising would take this pretty easily, actually, because they've just had so much experience, so much more gameplay recently. But Team Japan are fighting hard, and I'm really impressed by the resiliency of their jammers here. They have been fighting so hard, and I think each of the jammers have had a bit of a patch where they've been doing well, not doing well, but each of them have been pulling each other back.
But I think
bringing themselves back into the game.
Yeah, but I think what happened for Team Indigenous Rising in the first half was the heavy penalty count on jammers, which can explain.
Yeah, some of that lead being chipped away. But, you know, Team Japan now have 117 points to Indigenous Rising's 142. So still not a lot in it. 25 points, that is, isn't it?
And 2.5 minutes to go.
Goodness.
Well, let's see what the official review is about.
And we've still got an excellent crowd in the house tonight for this game, Indigenous Rising Team Japan, the last game of the first day of the Roller Derby World Cup.
And I don't know if you've noticed, the coach from Team Japan has a Tengu mask on their head. So it embodies both threat and protection in Japanese mythology.
Does it?
I like it.
That.
Yeah.
I love that fact. That is a great outfit. There's a lot. I love the celebration of diversity and cultures that's on display from all of these teams. It's amazing stuff being shown.
So the official review was a cut call on Black Jammer. When the no pack was called on review, the no call stands. Even though there was no pack, the jammer wasn't out of play when they joined the track. Thank you so much.
Yes, so that is no more team official reviews available.
But, well, team timeouts, but you know.
So, Karma is your jammer for Indigenous Rising in Jam 20 and Sailor Boom for Japan. Oh, and Karma has to fight Miss Slampathy and Badats Haru to get it out of the front of the pack there, but it is your lead jammer for Indigenous Rising. and Karma now being sent to the Sisu board penalty box for a cut track. Yeah, we saw it happen here. They jumped off the inside line, but then came straight back in. So
that's a power jam for Japan, but look at those blockers from Indigenous Rising trying to slow down Sailor Boom.
Oh yeah, I mean, we're deep in it. Like, this could be the opportunity for Japan. This could be the one. But Sailor Boom is coming back around for their initial pass. It's going to be tough. I don't think Sailor Boom has been one of their more successful jammers for Japan, so they've got a fight on their hands, but...
And again, you know, the jammer penalties in the second half haven't been evenly balanced. So 5 for Indigenous Rising and 2 for Japan.
Yeah, I mean, if that could be the story of the game, you know. You don't have a jammer on the track, you're not scoring any points. So meanwhile, Sailor Boom is out and trying to score a second pass, but Karma's already been out of the box. And
scoring.
Got a scoring pass in the bag. So Team Japan with 6 points in that jam, 4 points for Indigenous Rising. So Indigenous Rising are sitting at 146 to Team Japan's 123. 23 points in that. I mean, there are 10 seconds left on the clock. 23 points is a tall order.
Well, we've seen jams with more than 23 points, but
it's true.
Speedcat, yeah.
Speedcat just got lead jammer for Indigenous Rising, so...
And calling off the jam.
Has called it off.
Period clock is, you know, out of seconds.
Yeah. That we're waiting for the official score to be confirmed. But what a game!
Yeah.
So much back and forth. I think 2 very different styles of skating on display.
And I'm really happy to see more teams like Indigenous Rising at this World Cup.
Yeah, the borderless teams.
Yes.
Yeah, it's exciting to see, you know. And, you know, it just shows an incredible diversity and an incredible way of showing what the collective can do, you know. The unofficial score hasn't quite flipped over on our board just yet. But
it has now.
Hey, so the official score, 146 points to Indigenous Rising, 123 points from Japan, a hard-fought game on both sides. I think Indigenous Rising showed their power, their strength, but Team Japan showed their speed, their resilience. I think both teams can be very proud of that result.
I hope you enjoyed the game as much as we did. I've been Comic Drop.
I've been Shaolin.
Well, see you tomorrow, I guess.
See you tomorrow. Stay hydrated, get a good sleep.
Yeah, important. Bye.